Hi guys. So our video today is going to be pretty short, but it's going to cover a really important aspect of HPA Airsoft or HPA Paintball. Paintball with high pressure air tanks. Product spotlight is going to be from BMC Fabrication, Brandon McCall Fabrication out of Eugene area. And this is his first gen rig remover tool. And this is the one, I don't know where I bought this off of, but I didn't like the length of it. I didn't like the jaw of it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things I don't like. I got to get a bigger crescent wrench for it. So this is the crescent wrench. This is the first time I've ever used this one. And you can see what I like about the aluminum style rig removers is see the gouging on this. That protects the items on your regulator. And what I'm going to do today, this is a Ninja SLP 6845, or actually GI tank with a SLP Ninja rig. This is a GI 48 cubic inch tank with a standard Ninja rig that I've de-shimmed at 500 psi. If I get the opportunity to play this weekend at Splat Actions Naughty versus Nice up in Molalla, Oregon, I'm going to be using my MG100, and I had the opportunity to use my wife's EMEC with this tank and regulator setup. And what I noticed with that EMEC running the SLP tank is I got a phenomenal shot count, very consistent over the chrono with round ball. So what I want to do is take that information that I learned by using this regulator on that gun with the SLP and put it on my 48 cubic inch tank, which is the tank I choose to use for my MG100, my custom MG100. And hopefully I'll get that just get everything finited so I get the most consistent air to the valve of the gun, or to the regulator into the gun, and then the most consistent to the actual valve of the gun itself. And then with the projectile being consistent, being first strikes, I should be really accurate. So I'll show you how to utilize the old one and what I do and don't like with it. You're going to need a crescent wrench. You're going to need, I've already de-aired the tanks. So what this is a really old on-off ASA. Let's see, it's made by Hybrid and with the macro line, and you screw it on here. Tanks are empty now, but it took a little bit, and you just turn it on, empties the air out of the tank, so it's completely loose. Now I will say both these rigs have been removed. They're not installed from the factory, but one thing I've seen, I remove a lot of rigs at the field because we do hydro testing for customers. We'll pull their rigs out, we'll take it to the company, get the tank hydro tested, install the rig, make sure everything's good to go. I've seen one tank that was sold by ANS Gear, and I don't know if this was just a mistake on their part or not, but they red Loctited the reg stem down in the tank, and you don't need to do that. There's enough pressure and there's an O-ring there holding that in there, and with a snug amount of force, you're good. And if you ever plan to travel with your air tank, like say you go to an airsoft game or a paintball game where you're going to get on an airplane and fly with your equipment, one of the deals is you got to pull the regulators out and verify, that you cannot have a pressure vessel up in an airliner. It is just hazardous, unsafe, and illegal. So by buying one of these from BMC Fabrication, you can find them on Facebook. I think these are like $30. I'm not sure right offhand. But I'll post this and hopefully he'll see this and let us know. And he has a couple different ones. The new versions, he has a hole through here so you can put like an Allen key. Forget the size, but it's drilled, so you put the Allen key through here, and that allows you to torque it off. And then the newest version, it takes an inch socket, so you could actually use a ratchet if you wanted. This one just takes a little bit bigger crescent wrench than I have right now, but I'll pause the video and I'll go down to the shop and get the correct size. So I'm gonna go get that crescent wrench. I thought I had a big enough one here. Pause the video really quick, and then we'll get into taking these apart really quick, which is gonna be super simple. All right, guys, ran down to the shop, got the appropriate size. A 10-inch crescent wrench should work just fine. Yeah, so our 10-inch crescent wrench works good. I'm going to zoom in on the shot here really quick. Make sure we get this just right. Probably won't be able to see me, but I want to make sure you guys can see that. So what we'll do is we'll remove the 6845 with the old style rig wrench. I'm going to slide my tank cover up. Small crescent wrench. Now if we get lucky, we shouldn't even need a good. Now, if need be, this is a Harbor Freight ratchet or rubber strap wrench, and this is what I do. So I'll put this on here like this, and that gives you more traction. Actually, I got it on backwards. Sorry, guys. Goes on like that. So when you put the strap wrench on, you're going to be twisting against it, so you have it so this foot area pulls against it. And what that does is it gives you, it almost acts like a vise. So you can put it in here like this and just come off. Now, I've had these regs when they're from the factory, they put them at a certain torque spec, and I've had to put this end of it in a vise, and then I'd put the tank in it upside down with this clamped in the vise, and then use the strap wrench on this end of it to pull the reg off, and that's worked out really well. But again, you do not need Loctite on your regs. There's an O-ring right here, which this one's getting pretty smashed. We're going to change that out. O-rings. Grab an O-ring pick. This is another Harbor Freight tool. This keeps your cost of maintenance down low. You don't need super expensive tools. And this O-ring was trashed. It's supposed to be round and it's flat. Yeah, it's pretty well cooked. It's really hard and rubbery. I think that's the correct ring size. Yep. Perfect. No, one size smaller. See how that came off really nice? And this one all twisted up. You jump down one size. Perfect. So there, we replace this O-ring, so that'll be nice. We're going to put this reg on this tank. Now we'll use the new BMC Fabrication Rig wrench. Now this tank has not been removed, so we might have to use the strap wrench on it, which I will just do a little preemptive strike. Pull my sling mount off. Get this on there ahead of time so I don't have to fight it. Let's see what kind of torque this baby has on it. Oh, that's even nicer. And this O-ring's trash too. So let's replace this O-ring. Set our 2 bottles to the side. Wow, this one's even worse. It's just flat, flat, flat. Grab one of my O-rings. Perfect. I'll put this one, reinstall. Now this is what this reg wrench will do for you. I service a lot of people's regulators. Use the BMC one because I can get the longer crescent wrench on it. That's all you need to do, guys. Because once you charge this tank with 4,500 psi, that O-ring is going to do its job and hold that regulator in there just fine. You do not need to, I can't stress that enough, guys. If for some dumb reason you do feel you need to put Loctite on it, one little tiny millispeck of a drop of Loctite is all you need. And I always highly suggest putting a thread saver, either the plastic or the metal ones. I like the metal ones. So when it goes in your gear bag and this is banging around on stuff, you know, it doesn't bung those threads up on your regulator. So this regulator is pretty old. I bought this used. I did some horse trading actually for a guy. He wanted a standard Ninja regulator. That's what this had. I'll remove my zip tie from Super Game. And let's get this. Oops. Reinstall. Dude, so look at that. Look at the fit of that, how it locks on there really nice. Now let's see, these are so big. That's where Brandon really improved on the wrench. See that? It's just not, this is just a better piece of equipment, hands down. And I don't like that how tall this is. So you get this whole assembly, you got your strap wrench here, you got this in a vise. That just makes everything longer. Longer doesn't work well for me, so just put this on there. There's that. And this is one of his first anos. He's been experimenting doing ano, and I put some pressure on there, and it's got a little, well, let's see. Not one tool, well, there is a tool mark right there. But I'm using a crescent hammer, which is not the most best wrench to use in the world. So we'll reinstall my tank sling, which I love this. Make sure these are all nice. So this is a pretty cool piece of kit. My daughter makes these out of 550 cord, but if you're talented with 550 cord, you can make your own. What this does is you screw your marker on here, and you have a sling with a quick attach right here, and you click it to your vest. Click it to your vest. Your gun hangs down. It's nice and linear. Everything's down, out of your way. It's not up in this area, so you can change flags, do whatever you need out on the paintball field. It's just my friend Brent, and this one is just, she got this so snug that it's just, you got to get everything lined up super perfect. But what I like about it being this snug is it doesn't come off your tank. And with the old Exalt tank cover on the back, grips it nice and tight. You can get everything, once you screw this bottle on, you can get everything nice and snug on your gun, and it's a beautiful piece of equipment. Let's put this back on here. But that's our video, and this is the first generation BMC Fabrication Rig Remover and Installer tool. This was, I forget where I bought this or who bought this for me or what. It's been so long. But I didn't really enjoy the design of it. The way it, look at the length on that, guys. Let's put that so you guys can see. So it's easier to torque something or remove something with torque if your application point is shorter. So that's what I like about this. He freaking does ano because he wants to learn how to anodize guns and stuff. So he's been practicing. So you get a cool little anode, and these are our company colors, which is green and orange. But I highly recommend this piece of equipment for your toolkit. It is something. Now go to his Facebook page. He has several different versions of this. Like I said, there's one drilled in here with a hole, so you can put an Allen key through it, similar to this, and then use that to torque it on or off. Or he has one where it has 6 flats. I think it takes an inch socket that you can use as a ratchet and do that with. But another thing you should do when you're maintaining your rigs or moving or checking anything besides just the O-ring is make sure all your Allen keys. Now these are Ninja rigs, so all these Allen keys are standard. Now on my rental tanks, which are a combination of GI, Vulcan, and PMI, one size down, they have metric Allen keys. And that's another thing. I mean, I don't recommend it. If your equipment, you have metric Allen keys, get a set. If you don't really need it. But I work on a lot of people's equipment, so I was wrong. Terrible getting old when you can't see stuff. Make sure everything's nice and snug. Yeah, that was loose. That would have been a pain in the butt, guys. So I'm just going to go around here and make sure. See, the bonnet ones are nice and snug. And then, what's nice about this? If there's any paint or debris in there, you can get that out of there. Keep that from rusting and corroding. Just like that, guys. Ugh, a little bunch of garbage in there. And you don't have to hulk these all on, you know. You notice I'm using the short end and I'm just choking up really close on the Allen key, and I'm just turning, because those are set screws. Set screws are inherently easy to strip. So tools you should have during this service is your Allen keys, Harbor Freight. I use, it's Pittsburgh brand, but it's Harbor Freight, and then the BMC Fabrication rig remover and installer, and then the appropriate crescent wrench that works with it. And then you can make one of these up yourself. Just get an old ASA, on-off ASA, and a hunk of macro line that allows you to drain your tanks. It's a little loud, but it's quick, easy, and painless. All right, guys. If I don't have another video out before Christmas, I want to thank you all so much for the support over the year. Let me make sure this is on my face so I don't look like a dummy. Let's back this up. There we go. So I want to thank you guys for all the support over this 2019, and I wish everybody a Merry Christmas from everybody here at the field. We're a family-owned and operated business, so it's from my family to your guys's. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas. Thank you for your support. If you feel like you like these videos and whatnot, we'd love it if you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and give us a thumbs up. So also too, if you go to our website, we just updated our website, which is www.snfscenarios.com, and I'll put that in the description. We've got all of our events for Airsoft and Paintball for the whole year of 2020. They're up there. We will have more details about those events on our Facebook page, but the major events already have some details on the website. So again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See you in 2020.